How you doing, Pisces? Do a Celtic cross for you. Ew. Oh, Pisces. Feeling betrayed. First card out. I'm sorry. Because you feel like you weren't offered. You waited on an offer that never came. Or you feel like you weren't offered what you deserved in a way. You feel betrayed and heartbroken. This was under the grounds of charity. Perhaps somebody came within your space and, you know, they offered to give to you, but it wasn't an act of charity. It was an act of exploitation, like they gave to get something. You know, it was a manipulation because whatever they gave you, it had some kind of benefit for them. And you thought that they actually cared, and you thought that they were looking out for your best interest, and perhaps and it turns out that they weren't. Whoever you were dealing with, they were slow to give, and whatever they offered to give, it was more breadcrumbing, it was more, you know, manipulation, because like in the past, it's like you're dealing with somebody who never really gave. You're dealing with a selfish person, like you got involved with somebody who's extremely selfish. This is someone who is smug, 9 of Cups. This is someone who could overindulge a lot, who possibly drinks or smokes a lot. This is someone who looks out for themselves first and foremost, who doesn't give what they should or said that they would, or it's just someone who is just selfish. And perhaps you got involved with this person as like a collaborative situation, and it turned out to be more beneficial for them than yourself, and you feel totally betrayed by this person because what you thought you were going to get out of this situation, what you possibly even agreed upon, it wasn't given. Because you're dealing with someone who's selfish, who's greedy, who only cares about themselves. And that's how they hook people in, because they act like, hey, I'll help you out, blah, blah, blah. But it always has a ulterior motive. Your goal, the best that can be accomplished at present, is 8 of Wands, is to speak your mind, speak your truth. Do some kind of action and move away from the situation. Or stand up for yourself in some kind of way. Maybe somebody was giving to other people, or who doing something behind your back. And if this was a marriage or a relationship, maybe somebody was even, you know, like stepping outside of the marriage and or long-term relationship. And now you want to move away from the situation. You want to say your piece and get the hell out of here. And you don't want to deal with this situation anymore, Pisces. And I don't blame you. Now, going forward, you are focusing on you. High Priestess, this is your card. The High Priestess, this is those who see all but speaks little. The High Priestess is deeply intuitive, empathetic. She is a practitioner of magic, of the secrets, secret religions, rites, rituals. Perhaps and she also represents secrets or not speaking. And perhaps you're not going to speak to this person anymore. You are moving forward and away from this because you know now, and you are learned to it, into who this person is. That this person kind of just used you. And now you're no longer speaking to them and you're holding back. And you're just going to work on yourself, which you should. Ace of Pentacles. How you see yourself. Having a new beginning. A new financial beginning. This is a gift from the divine. This is divine gifts. This is a potential of something that could grow into generational wealth. It's not like the lottery, but it's more like a potential to grow into something really, really big. Perhaps you got some kind of payout or some kind of splitting of assets. And it's enough for you to start a new beginning for yourself. It's not much, but, you know, it has potential for you to make it more. Which, Pisces, you are creative and, you know, you are resourceful. And like that amazing intuitive gifts that you have, sometimes you have streaks of universal, like, it's like divine messages. Like sometimes you will, out of the blue, you'll get like a idea, you know? And I feel like this is something that you're taking off with, because what you don't know, it is divine messages from spirit, and it's communication from the divine and to spirit. The high priestess on top of it, it's like she communicates with the divine. You know, so much so that she can be so introverted that she hyper-focuses on spirituality and the divine, and kind of like in the dream state world that, you know, she sometimes doesn't see the social aspects of the things or the people going on around her because, you know, she's in a different realm sometimes. You know, like within that dream state, you're it's like meditating while you're awake. You know what I mean? But when you do that, when you're having these divine messages coming towards you, sometimes you don't focus on the people you have around you. And this is where you get hurt. And waiting on, you know, on somebody to give fairly to the situation, which they never do. So now you're holding back from this. You are just communicating with yourself and the divine, working with yourself and being divinely guided. And you really feel that you are. You're working on your abundance. You're working on, you know, your own stability, because now there's no depending on the situation at all, because you can't trust the person or the situation, because you see now what kind of person that they are, that they're just selfish and they only want to take from people, you know. And perhaps people have told you about this person before, and perhaps you didn't really believe them because it didn't quite happen to you yet, and then it did, because you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But now you're being more careful of your energy, and you're being slow to give because, you have this wound and trauma from the past of people taking advantage of you. Perhaps a little, you're guarding this because you don't want anyone to come in and try to steal more pieces of you. And you learned how to protect yourself more and to be a more observant of the people that come into your space. People see you as taking a rest from the situation, as they possibly like, oh, she's washed up, she's burnt out, Four of Swords. This is resting after a betrayal. But this is a kind of person that, like, they will screw you over. They'll take what they can get, and then they will leave the situation, not bother to contact you, and then they'd be like, oh, she'll just get over it. He'll just get over it. It's fine. They'll just get over it. And then they'll come back as soon as they have something else that they want from you, and they'll totally forget how they screwed you over in the past. And they totally expect you to be cool with it, And that's why you're like, nah, dude, I'm not going to give anymore because I got screwed over too many times. And it made me learn how to be more aware and not to give to people anymore because, like, my intuition now, I'm listening to my intuition and I'm reading between the lines and, I'm being more aware around in my environment of who comes around, of who the characters in my life are and how they play. And what they say. It's important to pay attention to the words that people use when they're around you. Exactly what they say. If they say, oh yeah, I'm like this, blah, 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 believe them. Don't say, oh no, you're not like that. Most of the times they are. They perfectly know what they are. And when they tell you what they are, you should believe them. And perhaps they did, and you didn't want to believe it because you want to think the best of them, right? You always think that there's good in all, and like you want to see the best in people, but then look where it got you, and you know that, and that's why you learned. It's a crappy lesson to learn, especially when you're heartbroken like this. It's by somebody that you trusted. It's by somebody that was close enough that they were able to stab all of these swords within you, and that's why it's like, damn, it was you. Like, it was like Julius Caesar and Brutus, like Julius Caesar looking at Brutus like his best friend. He's like, damn, it was you, Brutus, Damn, now I have to be more aware because I feel like I can't trust anybody, And then they're like, oh, she or he, they'll be fine, whatever. I got what I needed. And then boom, they totally forget what happened or what they did, and they'll live on with their lives as out of sight, out of mind, because that's how selfish they are, And that's why you hold yourself back from this. You're not going to give any kind of information, energy, money, nothing, because not even thoughts, advice, because, they use that stuff as fuel, and I'm not going to feed into it. I'm not. Now, your hopes and fears of attaining the goal, the lesson to be learned, blocking your development, Three of Wands. This could have been a third party. This is definitely looking out, expectations of someone coming towards you, plans of some kind of movement. This is waiting for your ships to come in. There could have been a third party situation, and I feel that whoever you were dealing with may have went to a third party. You're starting off new on this new beginning. You feel like you are being intuitively guided toward this new beginning. It will lead to abundance and joy, and maybe a reconciliation. I feel somebody is going to send messages out to you, communication, that somebody is going to come towards you. You're hoping for the best, and you were hoping that perhaps you're thinking about somebody in particular. And you were definitely aware of each other, but they have yet to come forward because you were caught up in a situation. They were a third party. But now that you found this out, you're like, screw it. Now I could send my communication, because obviously whoever I was dealing with, is selfish as hell, and they were just taking me for what I had to offer, whatever it was, attention, money, sex, I don't know. And whoever you were holding yourself back from in the past, because you were involved in somebody who was extremely selfish, now you feel freed up to go towards it. It was like, whatever, because maybe you were kind of over the situation anyways, as it is. You slowly backed away from the situation because you weren't happy about it, and there were just you just kept on giving and giving, and you felt like you were getting nothing back. Now, you are hoping to go towards someone in particular and send out a message, or for them to send a message out to you. And perhaps you're waiting on this message. I feel a reconciliation in your future that will happen, and you'll get an opportunity to send out this message. And the Three of Cups isn't just a reconciliation, it's also celebration, It's also happiness. I mean, this could be a third party that you never went to, someone you were interested in the past, and now you finally are freed up to go towards, and you want to send a message out to somebody. And you're keeping an eye out for them. If you're on the rebound, I don't know. If you just got out of a situation, I don't know if looking for a rebound would be the best situation. Because, if you don't heal from whatever situation you're getting out of, and you jump into a new one, you're just going to have a lot of mistrust and like a lot of baggage and confusion in the whole thing. And, it will just be like a short-term thing. And, you don't want to use somebody for that, So I would be careful on that. I would always suggest, if you're getting out of something heavy like that, to take a while off to kind of heal and process from the situation. If you're not getting out of a relationship, it's just you feel heartbroken because somebody didn't give you an offer that you would have liked, and you're still hoping for that offer, and you're still kind of waiting for your ships to come in, that somebody will speak to you and open conversation with you, someone in particular that you feel like you've known before. Maybe you have, maybe you didn't, maybe you've known each other in passing, but it's someone that you feel like brings you a lot of joy when you see them, and you would be happy to get to know them, but you're guarded because of past heartbreak, and you're hoping for the best, and you feel drawn to go towards this person, and I feel like you will get a message. You're trying to heal from a past heartbreak, and I'm not sure if it is a past relationship. It could be a past business partnership, family situation. Like you could have been screwed over by a business person, family member, friend. And maybe just a lot of past trauma that has been yet to heal from, and perhaps you've been on your own for a really long time. Even if you're not coming out of a relationship, it's like you've been trying to heal from past wounds, and that's why you don't want to give, because, you know, like you've had past relationships, situations, if it's not just love situations, friendships, family situations, work situations that kind of took advantage of you. Somebody wants to send you a message about giving to you and to this situation. Somebody wants to send out some kind of offer or messages to you and have a reconciliation. Somebody wants to reconcile with you because they see that you're having new beginnings, or, you know, like perhaps they've been trying to keep away from you because they've been involved in a situation. And now that they're coming out of a situation, they want to come and get together with you, but I think they're getting out of something, and I would ask a lot of questions. What do they expect? What do they want? And if they're just getting out of a divorce or relationship, if they're really in the right mindset to like be dating, you know what I mean? I don't know. Unless it would just be a big head fuck, you know? I don't know. Sorry. But, oh, look at that healing. Somebody wants to, you're their wish. The star could have Aquarius in your chart or be dealing with an Aquarius. An Aquarius wants to send you a message about getting together with you, reconciling with you. Perhaps you could have Aquarius within your chart. Pisces, you could be on the cusp. But you have a wish to speak to somebody, to open up to somebody, or they you. And I feel like they've been holding back from sending you messages, and you have too, but I feel like, and you feel kind of heartbroken that they haven't, because you definitely do have a mutual connection, and you feel like, well, I guess they're dealing with other people now, but I think that they're getting out of something. But I feel like they will message you and send out a message because they want to meet up with you. They want to celebrate with you. And if it's someone from the past, they want to reconcile. If it's someone in the past that screwed you over, I don't know. I feel like they're coming out of a situation, and that's why they want to come towards you. And they want this healing. But if they screwed you over in the past, they're still selfish, you know? And we don't want this kind of people around us, right, Pisces? Like, so be aware of who comes around you. If they screwed you in the past, the best determination of future behavior is past behavior. If they screwed you over in the past, they're not gonna change. But if it's new, make sure that they're not the same kind of person again with a different face. You know what I mean? It's like same energy, different mask, you know? Let me give you advice. Advice for Pisces. Advice for Pisces. You wish that they'll contact you and you'll get together with them, because you do have a strong pull towards them, and they you. And I feel like they've been holding back from you, and there's going to be a change in the wind. they're going to stop holding back from you. If it's somebody that has been stopping themselves from sending you a message or asking you out or starting that communication, there will be a change. Because I feel like maybe universe put a hold on this in order for you to heal from this past trauma. Perhaps they were healing from the past trauma because you were just try not to be so defensive or feel rejected or be so afraid of abandonment or rejection. And perhaps it was self-confidence issues. That's why, you know, they didn't reach out to you or you them. They feel rejected too. And perhaps because you have this deep feeling of rejection that things will be the same as they were before, then this extra strong defensiveness kind of perpetuates the expectation of what you think that would happen, that mirrors the past situations that would happen. Even if it's a new situation, like if you're highly suspicious of people and jealous, which I can be too in relationships, because I've had a lot of people cheat on me, and perhaps if you weren't, or people that betrayed your trust in some way or took advantage of you, then you'll always be like hyper, like this abandonment issue. You're afraid that people will betray you. This is trust issues, and you are afraid of being abandoned, so you're so aware and you're so suspicious that it kind of brings it on, or you leave before it happens. And this is somebody that blocks themselves off to when maybe you do block yourself off when you're hurt and you go into protective mode and you keep to yourself. And, you know, like, it's important not to be so careful and so suspicious that, you know, you could block your own blessings. Because I feel like there's a wish gonna be delivered towards you, and it's gonna be, you know, a very happy meeting. Don't be afraid of if people will screw you over or do things behind your back. Just be aware. And be aware of who they are and get to know them and ask the questions and listen to the answers, things that they say and don't say. Because guarantee this past people that screwed you over, they gave you many, many warning signs and red flags that you have missed in the past. But now that you could be more aware but yet open, you know? You kept to yourself and you were inflexible and you were critical and judgmental, and that you blocked off a lot of this blessings. And maybe this is universe coming in as a whole to have you heal from this. And maybe they were trying to do this too. They were being inflexible. But I feel like they're gonna give in because you're not budging and they weren't budging, but they're like, hey, she or he, Pisces ain't budging at all, and I gotta come towards them because, you know, I feel heartbroken not coming towards them. And it's important to get to know each other really well. Go slowly, find out who this person is, what they're about, what they want. Listen. Instead of jumping in head first and finding things out later, it's important to go in slowly and get to know each other. And that's the thing that's going to breed trust over time. Not jumping in head first, but slowly getting to know each other and building a trust over time. So you won't be so ultra scared because you're jumping in head first, which also brings a feeling of suspicion, right? I feel like universe was putting you at a rest because it was waiting until you were ready and willing to be happy and to get your balance within you. And that's when the messages will come. I feel like the messages has been coming, intuitive messages. This person has been getting this intuitive messages too, and they see you as their happiness. If they're new, I feel like they're coming in because they've been keeping themselves away from you for too long, and they're having trouble keeping away from you, and they're going to go towards you because, look, you're their wish. I feel like you're going to have a wish granted. If there's somebody from the past, I don't know. I'm always saying don't mess with people from the past, but I don't feel like this is from the past. I feel like this is like your next soulmate. You know, this is your next big union, and you're both healing from something, and now it's going to be a time that you're going to be coming together, and you are each other's wish. Look, their wish was to send you out a message, and I feel like they're going to give in and come towards you. Just be open to it. And don't expect everyone to be like the people from your past. Whatever message that is going to come in, it's going to make you really happy. And it's going to give you hope for the future. But that's what I got for you, Pisces. I'm seeing really awesome stuff, but yeah, this is cool. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment below. It really helps the algorithm. Also, if you would like to donate to the channel to keep it running, donation box below. If you feel moved to do so. If not, love you lots, and it's cool. I love you lots, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.